Hi. You maybe noticed this video is a bit longer than the usual ones on my channel. This is because I couldn't get my critique, my review of Star Wars Episode 9 into a 9 to 10 minute video. So we decided to make a podcast. And when I say we, I mean that I'm joined by my good friend Leon, who always
Hi.
uh, who's my sound guy for this channel, producer from When They Leave Us. As always, the stuff is linked in the comments, in the description down below. And this will be some sort of free talk format where we just review this movie together. We haven't talked about it really so far, just skimmed it a bit.
It was hard.
It was hard. We were in a party yesterday and we struggled. We struggled. But we made it till now, and now we're gonna go in depth. So maybe for introduction's sake, how did you get to know Star Wars? What was your first experience? How did you?
Oh God. Well, Star Wars is like childhood for me. When I turned 6, my dad came home. He bought special sound equipment and a special TV just for watching Star Wars with me and my brother. Yes.
Jeez.
So it's really one of the earliest memories of TV experiences I have, and I've grown to love it ever since. So I've watched every Star Wars movie at least 2 times a year. Just estimated.
Oh yeah, it's fair estimate.
And it's very important to me, and I liked every Star Wars movie till now. Till the 9th episode. So I liked 7, I liked 8, I liked Rogue One and Solo.
Rogue One is one of my top movies. Not just Star Wars. One of my top movie experiences is Rogue One.
I like the originals, obviously. I like the prequels. They're alright.
Yeah.
And
I mean they're not terribly great or well, so they're alright.
No, but they have their place and they have their moments.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for me, my first real contact with Star Wars that I remember as understanding what Star Wars is, to be honest, the Revenge of the Sith game for the Nintendo DS.
Oh, I had that too.
Yeah, so I played that, and then I watched the movies. I watched them in the order that they came out.
Yeah.
So I got this feeling right in, and yeah, it's kind of like childhood for me too. Maybe not so much as for you, but still, I spent very much time in this universe and thinking about it and playing and watching and reading. So yeah, but what were your expectations for Episode 9?
Oh, I was afraid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I was afraid because I knew how The Last Jedi backfired.
Okay.
And
But you liked Last Jedi, right?
I did. I thought The Last Jedi was one of the best Star Wars movies they ever did.
Yes. And it has my top favorite scene in Star Wars is from The Last Jedi. So I'm definitely on this train with you. But I also dislike some of the choices. But all in all, I think it's a really good movie. Maybe not a really good Star Wars movie. It has 1 or 2 choices that could have been made differently, but all in all, I still very like it.
Yeah. So, but obviously, I noticed how it backfired. I've seen as many reviews as I could tolerate about it.
Yeah.
To know what people think and why they hate this movie so much, because I really loved it. And I was afraid because I thought they're not going to stick with the direction that The Last Jedi went into.
Yes, this was obvious.
It was just obvious because
I mean they got Abrams, right?
Yeah, they got, and in some way this came true. They didn't. The Last Jedi was almost completely redone in the 9th movie.
Yes,
many of the choices The Last Jedi made were scrapped.
They were scrapped. They were criticized by the characters on screen, and some scenes were redone. I mean, the the fight with the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is a spoiler review.
No.
So
Yes.
yeah, if you haven't watched the movie, maybe don't.
Sorry.
But from here on now, it's spoilers, all spoilers. So yeah, the Knights of Ren fight was like a reimagination of the throne room fight for me. It seemed like it a bit, and
Yeah.
like characters criticized the Holdo maneuver, and then more subtle things like Luke catching the lightsaber that Rey throws away.
I didn't think that was subtle at all. I
Yeah,
thought
more
that
subtle,
was
more subtle than
very much in
characters
your face.
tell you this doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It was like more of a yeah, look, we know you didn't like that one. Look, he catch the lightsaber.
To be honest, I'm fine with that. I don't think in The Last Jedi it was stated that that was the right move to do. Luke just was a character that didn't do the right thing always, and I thought that was fine.
Yeah, I loved it. I honestly loved it because we'll talk about that later in more detail. But so many people disliked Luke in The Last Jedi, and I loved it because it showed you that even if you are a hero, even if you are the hero of this galaxy, of this time and age, you're still a human being and still fallible, and you can still do the wrong thing and suffer from it, and then maybe again recover.
Exactly.
It humanized him.
He had his redemption, and
Yes.
so I think it's fine. He catches the lightsaber.
Yeah,
He
fine.
says it's wrong. It's a bit on the nose because if you've seen The Last Jedi, for me it was quite clear that that's the point, that his redemption is stated there. So
It definitely is.
if you watch The Last Jedi, for me, after watching it, you know, okay, he was wrong.
Yeah, he admits it. He shows up. He saves the day. He carries on the spirit. But yeah,
But it was stated again to make it completely clear.
yeah, for everyone.
But that I thought was fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, for me it was like I honestly didn't have expectations because I watched the trailer and then I heard Palpatine's laughter, and I actually said to my girlfriend that if they screw this up, I don't know if I can stick with Star Wars like I did. And she was like, "Okay, just don't have expectations, go in there, maybe we'll be fine." And that's what I did. I honestly hoped for something along the lines of The Force Awakens. Just play it safe, retell the 6th episode, make your own choices and stuff. Maybe cooler visuals. But I
That wasn't the case. I had people say it's like Return of the Jedi. I didn't. No.
It's just not.
I felt nothing of Return of the Jedi in this movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, so yeah, these were our expectations, and then we went in. So, yeah, for me, to be honest, this movie failed from the first sentence in the opening crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of hoped that Palpatine would be like haunting Rey and Kylo, maybe like as some kind of Force ghost, like trying to get them to do stuff. So far off, but it begins with Palpatine is alive, and I was like, oh boy, we are in for a ride now. But yeah, so let's.
But I guess he wasn't, was he? At the beginning, he wasn't alive. At least that's how I took it away. He was
Yes.
like a
Zombie.
like a zombie, yeah, like controlled by this arm and medicine stuff.
I don't think he was controlled. He was kept alive, like
Yes.
more like.
But he
Yes.
couldn't do. He
He couldn't do shit.
Yes, that's what I want to say.
Yeah.
So, in a way, that wasn't true. So he wasn't alive, but he comes back to life.
The thing is, we don't know because it's just hand waved with a sentence. We don't get an explanation, and we'll talk about that later too. Like how poorly this concept of the returning chancellor or emperor, how you want to call him, is contextualized and explained. But let's to begin with the theming of this movie. After I watched it, it became painfully clear that Disney didn't have a roadmap for these three movies because
no, it
Yeah.
felt very.
if you compare
It didn't felt attached to the other two movies.
No, it didn't at all. Because if you compare it to 4, 5, and 6, 4, 5, and 6 are good movies, and they all have this 3-part storytelling structure, like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. But if you look at 4, 5, 6, they too are the first act, the second act, and the third act. Whereas if you look at the new trilogy, you get the feeling that these are just movies that are floating around, and someone called them part 1, 2, and 3, but they do not tell a cohesive story, because if you look at 7, right, the main theme is who are Rey's parents. So what your lineage is important somehow, because the whole movie she's talking about who are her parents, why is she on Jakku, who left her, why did they leave her. So parenting, lineage, family, and blood became like a big theme. It's fine, it's always been in Star Wars. But then 8 came along and scrapped that whole shit. It was like, okay, it's not important who your parents are. You're a nobody. It's just important how you behave, how you impact this world. So fuck the lineages. We don't do that anymore. All right, I was fine with that. I quite liked it, actually. And the 9 came along, and wow, surprise! Lineages are very important. You're a Palpatine now, Rey. So yeah, I just
Yes, exactly. That's like I thought 7 and 8 go together well, because 7 built up the expectation of who's she gonna be.
Yeah, right.
And 8 built that expectation even further up to then reveal that it's not important who she is, or rather, they say she's no one.
Yeah,
She comes from nowhere. And I thought, well, it's a second movie. There's gotta be a low point in there somewhere, like in Empire.
Yeah, right.
That's just because how we tell stories.
Yeah, right. Because it's the second act.
And I thought that was
gotta fall.
That was a good low point for her. They all say like Rey has no weaknesses. Her weakness was always trying to find out where she's from, how she fits in this saga,
Yeah, right.
how she fits in the universe.
She's attached to the past where it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Right.
And for her to find out that she isn't was kind of the low point in the story. And I thought they were gonna go with 9 and on how she recovers from that, how she recovers from being a nobody, now thrown into this galactic conflict.
War, yeah, right. And would be interesting, because there would be she would be self-propelled. She would be, okay, I am nobody, but I have to deal with that. But instead we get all right, I'm kind of a cool Jedi, but yeah, shit's on fire, so I gotta move now type scenario.
And her being a Palpatine could have been an interesting concept, but
Yeah,
it was never touched on up until the 9th movie. So it wasn't build up or anything. It was a different concept.
Have you seen it? Because I was hanging out on YouTube last days, and one video from I think 2 or 3 years ago, where the theory Rey is a Palpatine now has
it
like
popped up now. It's everywhere. Yeah.
And, but the thing is, and I do not want to take away the credit from the creator. I sadly don't know who made this video, but the reality of this stuff is he guessed. Because
of course it's only so much possibilities there when you tell, oh, she's so strong.
Yeah, right.
Where she comes from. There is only
Skywalker?
that many people.
Yeah, Skywalker. Maybe she's an Obi-Wan, but not really.
How? It's like on
Yeah, no, of course it does. But there were the possibilities, right? But the thing is, on Game of Thrones, I accepted this stuff. If I saw theories from like 5-6 years ago that predicted something that happens now, I kind of accept it, because I'm willing to believe that George R.R. Martin has his roadmap, and he's like seeding small hints, and some people pick them up. But
yeah, that's what he tells in interviews all the time.
I'm willing to believe that.
That you can't change the story only because someone guesses your story.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But the thing is, it's so painfully obvious for me that they did not have a roadmap, that predicting it is not really predicting it. It's just we're guessing, and some years later, Abrams guessed too.
Because there are only so many people in this galaxy.
Right. And
what about the kid in the end of Last Jedi? The kid who has the Force and grabs the broom. What about that? It's so. I think that's sad that was never touched on again. Maybe it's not supposed to. Maybe it was just an outlook. But
I mean, Kojima wrote, but it was about Force Awakens though. But I think it fits quite well. He wrote that the king is dead in Star Wars, and the Skywalkers do not matter anymore because Disney wants to make an ever-living franchise. So I think it fits kind of well that the Force awakens everywhere, and
I thought that was a nice concept.
I liked it too because, okay, on the other hand, of course, now we can get a Star Wars story from the kid with the broom, but that still could be interesting. But yeah, never touched on again. So many things weren't touched on again, to be honest. But one thing that made it really painful for me to watch that Rey is a Palpatine is, why would Anakin's lightsaber call to her? Right? In The Force Awakens.
Isn't Anakin related to the Emperor somehow?
No. The Emperor? No. The Emperor comes from buttfuck nowhere, some planet. And
No, he comes from Naboo.
Yeah, right. But
he comes from Naboo.
But he's a politician there, and Anakin
he's a politician. But Anakin is born without a father. And there is this, I think it's canon that the Emperor created Anakin so that he impregnated Shmi,
but with the Force,
Skywalker, with the Force. But it's still kind of being his dad, is it?
All right.
In that way, she would be related to Anakin.
Okay, I can see that. Oh man, that makes makes the kiss so much more awkward.
It makes the kiss so much more worse. So I don't think that was intended, but isn't it kind of like it?
Okay,
the kiss was so awkward. Why?
Yeah, they had no chemistry. They had no chemistry for me.
They had a chemistry. Yeah, but it wasn't a chemistry of a romantic.
Yeah, type. It was Force stalking, like stalking over the Force, because he just intruded in her mind constantly.
I like the term Force time.
Force time, yeah, right. Force timing.
And also, where did it came from? Snoke said he created it, but it wasn't true because after he was dead, it still was going on.
I think, maybe it's like something's gone after the creator dies, but the other explanation I heard was that they are like this dyad in the Force.
Yeah, that's stated in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, right. But maybe this is the reason.
That's the reason. Yeah, but that's a point. That's a big point for me actually. Them being this duo, this entity, this like yin and yang stuff.
Yeah.
Because I like that idea very much, but I just wish they would have let me find out on my own. They just tell you out of nowhere. They just tell you, that's how it is. And then the Emperor's like, oh yeah, that's how it is. I see it now, and I drain you now. So it was all so fast. It moved so fast. The movie had so much stuff to do.
And the other thing is, I noticed Abrams doesn't get metaphors because like this end scene with
he doesn't.
With the two twin sons. Every time the twin sons appeared in the Star Wars saga, in the whole Star Wars saga, they had a meaning. Like sometimes they were going upwards, like sunrise, and Luke and Leia are now rising in the galaxy and bringing peace and stuff. Or sometimes they go down. It's for Luke just dying. Yeah, right. But now in the end of this movie, Rey is there, watches them, and Star Wars music plays. I felt it was like, yeah, boy, get that nostalgia in, because. Why was Rey there? Luke doesn't like this planet. Leia never was there. What the fuck is she doing there?
It was definitely kind of nostalgic. Maybe she searched something there because
she buried the lightsabers there. But why?
Yeah.
Why would she bury them there?
To bury the past or something. I think that's okay. But it doesn't close a good circle for me because it's not the beginning.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The fourth movie doesn't begin there.
Okay.
It's like 10 minutes in this shot comes with the two sons. It's
right, the fourth movie begins in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first movie doesn't begin there either.
Right. Where does the first movie begin though?
On Naboo.
Right.
Above the planet. Where they discuss trade stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the prequels are away some years from me.
I get the thing because Tatooine as a planet is important to the Skywalker lineage because Luke lived there and Anakin was born there. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you really want to close the circle, you gotta go to Anakin's house, not Luke's.
Yeah, right. But it doesn't exist, I suppose. Or does it?
I think.
I mean,
but it wouldn't be recognizable because it was just
some other schmuck would live there now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
One metaphor I like though and I didn't notice it because I was so frustrated with the movie. But my girlfriend again told me, like, I'll tell you the metaphor, and then you can judge if it was intended or not. Because I think she gives the movie too much credit. I think it was not intended. But after the movie, I complained about the Knights of Ren because they were there. They didn't get a line of dialogue, no explanation whatsoever. There were some buff dudes with swords. I don't know, and then they died. So, but what she said is, and that I liked, is because they had really no character, they were just an extension of Kylo Ren, and Ben Skywalker killing them is a metaphor for him finally laying Kylo Ren to rest and be redeemed and be Ben again and not Kylo. I like that, but I don't think it was supposed to be that.
Right. I have something to say about that because in school, in university, we learn that if you interpret someone's art, you can interpret more, and you're supposed to interpret more than was
King Kong, right?
Intended.
King Kong.
Yeah.
They wanted to make a movie about a big ape, but people started like, oh man, civil rights movement.
And that's all right.
That's all right, yeah.
That's completely fine, because the artist oftentimes he just do stuff without the intent. The intent is still there. He felt it. He didn't think about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so
this I can get behind.
Yeah, from that point of perspective, I can get behind that.
Okay. And I like the metaphor. I liked him killing his own past.
Yes, I like that too. But the Knights of Ren, that they were just there for some reason now and didn't before, that I cannot get behind, because I would have like, that's so simple to
they're like some special forces guys. They were away. They had some stuff to do.
Right, they are back. They are ordered in now from what they were doing before or something.
Yeah, maybe you could have even
one line.
Because or the movie starts with Kylo's in the shit. He wades through a sea of people, cuts them down so good. But
that was so awesome.
What you could have done is like get a line in like, Knights of Ren, special forces found this one place, and Kylo finally arrives. And it was, they were searching for it the whole time. That's why they were in an 8. But the other thing about Knights of Ren, maybe you know more than me, but they don't seem to be particularly force sensitive.
They aren't. I think they aren't.
So okay, so some guys, some buff dudes with swords in a world with guns, right? So what's the joke there?
Oh, maybe. That sounded like I'm completely sure. I'm not completely sure.
Okay.
But I didn't get that feeling either.
Yeah, right.
Even though it's kind of stated. He took students. Yeah. In 8, they say he took students.
Yeah.
And created the Knights of Ren, I think.
But
or maybe he took the students for something else.
Yeah, but if they were students, why wouldn't they use laser swords, like lightsabers?
I would have thought that was like a hierarchy thing.
You
only
think? He has
a sword. Jesus.
Okay, yeah. Could have been. Okay.
Because he's the leader.
But we will never find out.
Guess not.
We don't know. A Star Wars story, Knights of Ren, in your cinema.
Oh my god. I heard a rumor about a Star Wars story about young Ben.
What would you tell? What would you tell there?
I don't care. I would watch it.
Yeah, I would too, to be honest. Like, this movie really broke me, so I don't know if I would, to be honest, but maybe I would. But yeah, to round that part off, I didn't feel that this movie had a discussion, because Last Jedi really discussed stuff like Luke's failure and redemption. Then
The Last Jedi has a lot stuff about failure.
Yeah, failure, not living up to your expectations, not finding out who you are, and that's not important. Like all the stuff, we discussed, it had, like I said in one of my reviews, every movie tries to discuss something and states a thesis, then an antithesis, and then makes a synthesis. And like,
every good movie, let's say it like that, because I don't see that in The Force Awakens.
Yeah, it's Force Awakens and 9. Both of Abrams is
and I think Abrams sometimes does a very good job on movies. I liked his Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, he's for me, he's the reboot guy. Like, oh man, you had a franchise that was cool 20 years ago, but now nobody gives a shit. Just get Abrams in, he'll do something. He does solid movies if he's given a right script. What he's good at is visuals. Like, I liked the visuals in this movie. I liked the visuals in Force Awakens. To be honest, they are my this new trilogy is my favorite visual trilogy of Star Wars.
That's easy to say because they are just. I mean, like here, how they call
we are so
Lucasfilm and their arts department, like LucasArts.
Yeah,
they are
amazing,
incredibly good.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we have so nice techniques and computing power, visual effects. It's in our time. It's just a blessing. Yeah, but the only discussion that I found in this movie really was the struggle between good and evil, and kind of basic, because
I saw something else there.
Oh, right. Okay, tell me.
I still saw the theme of it doesn't matter where you come from, it's your choices that make you up. Because now, in 8, it was you're nobody, but you still can be somebody. But in this, you come from bad, but you can be good.
Okay, yeah.
So, I saw that theme, but it didn't felt like a movie theme because you had nothing to find out. It was very in plain sight.
Yes.
It was talked about a lot.
It definitely was, yeah. Like show don't tell and stuff. Yeah. Didn't look that up. But yeah. Now let's come to to the dumb decisions, as I call them. I wish to skip this
dumb decisions.
Dumb decisions in this movie.
Putting Palpatine in the movie.
Oh boy, yeah. Snoke. What the fuck did they do my man Snoke? They did him dirty, man. Like he was just I created him, and then you see like a tank of free Snoke.
Yeah, a free Snoke.
The fuck you need a fleet? just send the Snokes out.
Send the Snokes out.
Give me the Snokes.
Oh my god, that reminds me of a Family Guy episode.
Yeah.
You know that where Stewie and Brian do songs, and there's this kid. Bring out the snakes. No, that was off topic.
Just imagine, like you're like a soldier, and you're like, okay, we can deal with this. Just some stormtroopers, and then 5 Snokes just roll up to your hood and like, yo man, it's over. We fucked you up.
It was never really explained. Like it was explained, but it was poorly explained. I created Snoke.
Yeah, right.
Right. You controlled him? Was he a puppet? Was he a robot?
Can you create an unlimited number of them? Because they are fucking powerful.
Exactly, he was powerful. He could do the lightning. He could do force.
Fuck the lightning. He like folded Rey without lifting a finger.
Yeah, exactly. So was that Palpatine through another body? Because if so, why not stick to the other body thing? Because you look like shit.
Yeah, and that's the next stupid decision, because the explanation we get in the movie from the characters on screen is Palpatine cloned himself. But I was like, okay, I can get behind that. But then you see Palpatine and he looks like a pile of shit.
That's not a clone. That's him.
Yeah, that's him. But then you think, how the fuck did you survive the blast? It was like a thermonuclear explosion. Yeah. He was in the middle of that. How did he get his ass in this, fucked up form to Exegol? What?
Man, that's a cool name for a planet.
Yeah, it is. It really is. But if it's a clone, then
no, it's not a clone.
It's not a clone. But how? We just supposed to accept that from one sentence. It's so bad. it's really. So this was the point where I just didn't feel anything anymore. I sat there in the cinema and I was like, I was afraid.
That was the point, because that was like minute 2 in the movie.
The first sentence. Yeah. The first sentence in the opening crawl was Palpatine lives, and I was like, I sat there and I was afraid for Star Wars, but I read that and it just felt cold, and I didn't get emotionally attached to this movie anymore, because I kind of felt like in this war movies from the 2000 to 2010 where someone gets like flashbanged and he just sits there and it's like zzz, and he that's how I felt.
Just noise.
Yeah, it was just noise for me. And
I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it had moments. It had
moments, definitely, but this is the point where I like fell out of love.
Yeah.
Because it was just so dumb.
It was the first Star Wars movie where I wasn't as hyped before, because the backlashing of The Last Jedi, the boycott of Solo, which was completely dumb.
But wasn't a good movie though. Like really,
It wasn't a bad movie either.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I had a fun time.
But
I like the scene with this first World War,
Mhm.
like in space, obviously,
Yeah.
but these trenches. I like this where the guy runs and then just gets blasted, and then you have Woody. Always forget his fucking last name. Like the leader of the team.
Yeah.
Just masquerading. He looks like he just came out of a LARP. He doesn't really fit in, but he has the uniform. He's like, okay, we're going to the left or something. Yeah, I like that. But it didn't add anything.
No, it didn't. But it didn't take anything away, and it certainly did not have to be boycotted. Maybe
No,
the
it
second and the
didn't.
third would have done something because they brought in Darth Maul. Maybe they explored that further.
Yeah.
But who gives a shit? It's cancelled.
It's
It's
cancelled.
never coming back.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, wait. It's
yeah,
Disney.
I know.
Wait 5 years. But yeah, I get you.
That's our fault as Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
We fucking ruined the franchise too. I don't
Yeah,
think that's
because of
Disney's
this-
fault.
Yeah, it is because they didn't have a roadmap. I'm sorry. This is 110% on them. Like you don't go in there when you have to deliver the third trilogy without a roadmap. You just don't. It's no. I'm sorry. You just don't. But I'm definitely with you there with this shit storms and like this
It was
toxic.
too much. And
Yeah.
also like the petitions to scrap 8. Come on.
Yeah, it's like guys, they're not redoing season 8 of Game of Thrones either. So
Why should they? You don't have to like everything, obviously. You
Yeah.
don't have to like everything.
I get the frustration though. I get it. Not with the 8th episode per se, but I get the frustration that people feel like their childhood is being stripped for money.
They don't have to watch the movies.
Yeah, right. You vote with your wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds kind of stupid, but all this shit going on around Star Wars, it really dumped down my expectations and my
Yeah.
joy
Enthusiasm.
for
Right.
the 9th film.
Yeah.
So I went in there. The hype for Star Wars only came around like 5 days before the movie came out, and
Yeah,
that's
and
not normal.
That's not normal for you because
no.
like the people are listening, the two, they don't quite know you because like he is hyped. He's
Before
always
8 came
hyped.
out,
Yeah.
I fucking bought a Kylo Ren outfit. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
600.
We got him a lightsaber that's in this room. You can't see it, but maybe someday. It's yeah. I mean, The Force Awakens. I remember how hyped you were. You just
Oh my
you
god.
couldn't shut the fuck up about it for like 3 weeks. You had these tickets, and you were every day I saw you. It was like, boy, 2 weeks.
I could not sleep the night through the
Yeah,
day
really?
before. I couldn't. It was like almost as worse as Christmas as a kid.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
That's the feeling I had for you as Star Wars is like
So-
better than Christmas.
Yeah, it was really important for me. And 7 and 8 delivered that for me. When
Yeah,
I
I
came
like
out of
them.
the theater,
I liked
I
it.
was happy. When I came out of 8th, I would have bought tickets again and see it right away again because
Yeah, right. It dumped down for me a bit because then I kind of started noticing like the small plot holes in 8. But still, when I came out, I thought this could be my new favorite Star Wars movie. It didn't become that because of some 1 or 2 decisions that I kind of thought about afterwards. But still, it's a good movie. I liked it. I would watch it again like 10 times before I would watch Episode 9.
And the 9th movie didn't do that. I came out,
Yeah,
I wasn't hyped. I thought- I knew that I was gonna see it again the next day. I already had the tickets. But I felt like,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
let's see that movie again. Let's see if it's better on the second viewing, but
Was it?
a bit,
Okay.
not much.
Yeah, I only saw it one time. But yo, what happened with Phasma though? Is she dead?
She's
Like-
dead. She died in 8.
Oh right, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
She
sorry, I forgot
she
that.
was thrown down a fiery pit.
Right. Yo.
Yeah, she
What-
survived that before, so
Yeah, I kind of thought she would come back, but
no,
What was
that would
this-
be fucking. That would be a meme.
There would
bringing
be
her
a meme,
back
like, just like
in every
Palpatine.
movie.
like Palpatine coming back from a shaft. Yeah, what was this light speed skipping about? Because that I kind of accepted it, but then I heard, I think Shadiversity talked about it, and he was like, "Yo, guys, the Falcon, we get like 7 or 8 movies where all they talk about is like the Falcon is the fastest ship we have, and then why do they light speed skip? They could just punch it. Let's go. Like,
Yeah, right.
why did they do it? I get that visual of the burning Millennium Falcon. It's cool, but you could have done it better. It could get shot and then light speed jump. I didn't
Honestly,
get that.
I didn't give a shit about that. It's
Yeah, right. This is I don't want to talk about.
this was the
small
part
plot
of the movie I
holes.
liked. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
the beginning was fun. The dynamic
Yes.
between the 3 new characters, finally they had something.
Yeah, and the festival.
They
I
were
liked
bitching
it.
the whole time, but it was
It was
something.
fun. It was fun.
So if you watch the new trilogy, the original trilogy,
yeah.
they bitched the whole time.
Yeah, right.
forth,
I mean,
like,
Han and
there's
Luke, they
no-
just basically hated each other for like 1.5
There's no
movies.
nice thing said in this movie
Yeah.
to each other,
Yeah.
and that's fine. That's Star Wars.
I like the scene where like Poe makes Finn his second in command, and they're like
Yeah.
General. I like that. It was fun.
Yeah, they had a good.
They have
Like-
good chemistry.
They had a chemistry from 7 up.
Yeah.
But but that was the part of the movie I liked,
Yeah,
where they
right.
find the clue to the spy. I liked the spy being Hux. I thought it was hilarious.
It was just a fucking meme again.
No, but it made sense. It made complete
perfect
sense to
It made
me
perfect sense, to be
because
honest, yeah.
it was actually hinted on in The Last Jedi. The way Hux looks at
He gets
Kylo in the end.
yeeted in this fucking wall. Like in
Oh
these
my-
80s,
so
where
many
he's
people-
like,
Yeah.
maybe don't shoot, and Kylo just yeets him.
I love that scene so much. I always
Yeah.
crack up.
Yeah.
I know people say, "Oh, it's dumb. It shouldn't be fun there. It's such a tense moment." I
Yeah.
don't give a
Star
damn.
Wars, Star Wars was fun. I mean Han in Empire, like, I love you.
I know.
Come on, it's fun too.
So I always think that scene is hilarious, and for me that makes sense that he doesn't give a shit about the resistance. He doesn't give a shit about the First Order either,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's not his First Order anymore.
Yeah, right.
He just wants Kylo to lose.
Yeah, he's just absorbed with hate.
And I always thought of it like, if he gets rid of Kylo, he can start his thing again.
Yeah, he didn't seem like a too good of a commander, to be honest. I don't think he's a good commanding officer.
Yeah, but he thinks he is.
yeah, of course he thinks he is. You know,
Did you read about his backstory? General
he,
Hux backstory.
isn't he like the son of a general from the
From
Empire?
the Empire, who was really high up, and he was
Yeah.
very proud of that and stuff. So
yeah. So he's basically the rich kid's son. Rich kid.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
But he's also like an elitist, right?
Yeah, but you know his actions don't back that up. He in 7 and 8 he doesn't seem like a good commanding officer. I mean Poe like fucks him over in 8.
Yeah.
He just chills there and makes fun of him as the Skype call, and then speeds to his Star Destroyer. He doesn't seem like a competent officer to me.
No, but he's not the first either in Star Wars.
Like
It doesn't
oh
seem
yeah,
like
Empire. I have the feeling that they just have such a vast military that they just run out of intelligent people. So like they just staff their officers with like apes. But you know, the thing that the dumbest decision of this movie after bringing Palpatine back is this battle in the end, because nothing there
What,
makes
when they are riding on the Star Destroyer?
Yes, this, because, yeah, you know, from a strategic point of view, this is fucked beyond belief. Because they need to destroy a tower, which we will talk about that, but they need to destroy this tower, be it like that. And left from the tower is a gun, and right from the tower is a gun. And 2 X-Wings destroy the guns, but for whatever fucked up reason, they can't shoot the tower, but they need to deploy space horses? Why? Why would you do that? Like,
Action. To have the horses again.
yeah, right. So this makes no sense.
Because
but then
everyone in 8 loved riding so much.
yeah, fuck off. Then this whole like, since when can Star Destroyers activate their shields in atmosphere? All right, okay, I guess. then
Couldn't they?
no, it stated like we need to get there now because in the atmosphere they can't activate the shields. They are vulnerable. This is the whole reason they are there. And then it becomes even more fucked up because
There will be a movie about that, like
Sure.
Rogue One 2.
yeah, right. But remember in Rogue One, when they deactivated the shields from a Star Destroyer, they like torpedoed it with this electrical charges, and
Yeah.
it lost its engines,
Yeah.
and then it crashed down.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the atmosphere. They don't have shields. Like, guys, bring out the torpedoes, and then they will just stack up on each other. And then, to make matters even,
Strategically, this is all dumb as hell.
yeah, but then
Having them so close together, all
we don't talk about that. But like then to the cherry on top is Palpatine disables a fleet of like really big ships. I know they're not Star Destroyers, but they're like capital ships
yeah,
above the
with
Star
his-
Destroyer. So they are falling on his Star Destroyers. What the fuck, man? Like
Yeah, that
this whole stuff, and then you have like that top notch. This is the shit. Like the new Star Destroyer, and then they tell me like, yo, they don't know where up is. How do they not know where up is? How do they need a fucking tower transmitting them where to go? Like, it's just look up, you moron. Like all this stuff fucked. I'm sorry. It's like
I could get behind that because like it's a fucking ship the size of a small city. Like
yo man, but you still know where like
I know you know where up is, but it's maybe like it's controlled automatically because the people are too stupid or it's too complicated or
yeah,
whatever.
but then still you can measure like gravity and stuff. Like we can do that. I get that Star Wars is like from the World War I, World War II, where technology was not available. So like it mirrors this war, but yeah,
it's never explained
But the
anyway
visuals-
how these things are controlled. They are not controlled by one person. They're controlled by a whole bridge.
yeah.
And-
I don't know. Yeah. So like this, let's not talk about that because
Yeah.
it's just lost cause. So yeah, and then Finn needs to tell Rey
What?
something. What? Like this is not
Honestly-
a fan fiction that you post weekly on your fucking blog under a pseudonym. Like I get that when you have to push out weekly content, you can get like stories that lead nowhere. Okay, this is a movie. Like don't waste my time then. And Finn
Don't waste my time.
not
then.
Finn. John
Thanks.
Boyega, he
Yeah.
stated on Twitter that Finn didn't want to tell Rey that he loves her. So I guess he's force sensitive. Like this is the only other thing that makes sense.
He talks about the Force and
Yeah,
feeling
he
the
like
Force
feels
all
it.
the
Yeah,
time
right.
in the movie.
So yeah, we get the answer in Star Wars Story. Finn, the Stormtrooper, coming to your cinemas, 2025.
no thanks.
Nah.
No, I liked Finn as a character, but
He was not a character. Like he
didn't
was a
have-
character, but he didn't have an arc. This movie, like his arc was finished in 8. In the end, where he decides like he's gonna give his
yeah.
life for the resistance.
he's a rebel now.
Yeah, he's not only a rebel now. Like he starts as someone as a deserter who just wants to run away, save his own skin, and he ends in
Coward
8.
of some sort.
Yeah, right. And then 8, in the end of 8, he's like, he is willing to give his life for a cause. Like I like that arc, but it was over. Like he didn't evolve or develop in any sort of sense in this movie. He just got his gang. But yeah, I guess they're setting up new Star Wars stories.
With this deserted
Yeah,
stormtrooper
and-
gang.
Yeah, because
It was a bit shoehorned.
yeah, it was right. Because they didn't contribute anything, and
But they brought the horses.
oh, right. They brought
They
the horses.
brought the horses.
Yeah.
and- And they said like, yeah, we can bring you to the Death Star, and then Rey just goes by herself because
Yeah, right. So she doesn't give a fuck. But
she felt so weird. This movie,
Rey?
Rey,
Ah.
completely detached from what
From
was
anything,
happening,
yeah.
from anything. She was like thinking the whole movie about. It's when you talk to someone, but he's something on his mind.
Yeah.
He's constantly thinking about. He doesn't give this full attention.
Yeah,
That's what she felt like the whole
and she's
movie.
like, you're talking, he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
She was constantly thinking about
She was force timing.
where she was coming from,
Yeah.
and she didn't want to tell anyone that she had a feeling she's
evil.
She's evil,
Yeah,
or she
right.
has this evil root.
Yeah, which
Um,
brings us to the other point. Like, how afraid this movie is of changing stuff. Like, she's evil. Okay, I like. I like.
I
She
like the
force
idea.
lightnings this ship, right? However, she accomplishes that because, like, in my head, when you force pull something, it's kind of bit
Hard.
away from pushing lightning out of your. But right, okay, I can. Whatever, it's a magic system, right? But like, she thinks she kills Chewie,
God,
and one fucking scene later, I think it wasn't
he's
really.
back.
Yeah. Hey, boy, oh man, it just I like this development of hers. Like, oh man, I have evil inside me. I have to control it. I just killed a friend. But then it gets like, oh no, you didn't. It's fine. Chewie's alive. So what I thought was, why not kill Poe? Listen,
what?
hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Just Poe should have died in 7. But
Yeah, that was the original
yeah,
plan.
okay. So he didn't. Okay,
But he didn't because Oscar Isaac wanted a role.
yeah, right.
He
okay,
died so many times in his
I
movies
liked
before.
him. I liked him. I
like
really
him.
liked
He's a
him.
good actor.
Yeah, and I like his character. I like Poe, but
Yeah,
so
like
he
Poe
has
more
his
than
arc. He has his arc.
Yeah.
It stops in 8. The only thing that keeps him alive is a Star Wars story. Poe Dameron coming to your cinemas. So yeah, but listen to me. So imagine he gets on this ship, not Chewie. He gets kidnapped. Rey shoots him down, and she's like devastated. One of her best friends, right?
yeah.
You don't have to backtrack. You don't have to go to this new Canto Bay, like this smuggler's planet, whatever, because Poe apparently now needs to look like Han and being a smuggler too. It didn't accomplish anything. The stupid medallion, the girl, like, yeah, I get
I
it.
didn't care about the medallion. I thought it was fine.
It was fine, sure, but it didn't, it didn't add anything. The only thing it added was like the character that Poe could then like, oh, want to fuck, and she was like, maybe later, and okay, so this was her point.
I laughed. I laughed when he did that.
Yeah,
That
but it was
funny.
kind of, I get that she laughed. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't necessary. So I think if they just killed Poe, it would have made so much more impact, and the movie wouldn't be so fucking long without accomplishing it. Like, just grab the New Canto Bay thing.
Actually, I disagree
Yeah?
with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they needed him. They needed him for the final act, for leading the fleet.
Finn could have done that. Yeah, okay, I get.
Finn is not a pilot at all.
Yeah, okay.
And he had his arc of this. I'm in control now, but I don't feel ready.
Okay.
I
yeah,
thought
but he had his
that was
days.
one of the best things of this movie because it wasn't too complicated and it achieved its thing, and he played it good. It was stated, and it was carried through. There was no loose end there.
Yeah, you're right about that. Okay.
And I was satisfied with that because I like Poe as a character.
I
Actually,
like him too. I
I
like this
think
hotshot.
I like him a bit more than Rey even. I'm not too keen on the good guys in Star Wars. I've never been.
He's really not. Like, Vader was his favorite character, and then Kylo Ren. So.
Yeah. But Poe, I could get behind always.
Poe is cool, yeah.
I could get behind him in 7, even
Yeah,
more
well, then
in
kill
8.
Finn. Then kill Finn.
Yeah,
Because it
just
didn't-
kill someone I like.
No, but
No.
he really didn't accomplish anything. He like rode the horses. Okay, I get that.
He rode the horses.
Yeah,
Um,
not Poe, Finn, whatever. But I kind of felt cheated a bit because like
I feel like if you kill Finn,
you can
they
kill a black
be a-
actor,
yeah.
you can't do that anymore.
they be afraid of that because of the backlash,
Yeah,
which is stupid. But
yeah, like it's Star Wars. This movie felt like the 9th season of Navy CIS or something. Like I watched 12 seasons of Navy CIS, and it's always like that. Like, oh man, this character was shot, and he's in the. Oh no, he's alright. He's alright.
Yeah.
That was with Chewie the same. Like, oh shit, she shot Chewie. Oh no, she didn't. Oh okay, cool.
that would, well, let's be honest, that would have been outrageous. One
Yeah.
of the new characters killing Chewie.
Yeah,
Well, it happened. Kylo killed
Han.
Han,
I
but
like that.
Kylo, yeah, I like it too.
That
was fine. That was
it was really.
Harrison Ford wanted to die.
Yeah, let's face it.
um,
But the scene was cool. Like he is approaching him and he's like fighting with the light side. I told you like before, I really dig this. That Kylo is the first evil guy.
They got him back.
Who fights with the like he's pulled to the light. Like all the time we see light side force users talking about like, oh yo man, dark side of the force are really bad, but they are like junkies that just try not to get their next shot of dark side. But this was the first time that we saw like a dark side force user like really struggling not to go back to the light. I like that, and I like that scene for obvious reasons.
Yeah, but somehow I don't feel that would be the same if Rey killed Chewie, because they're on the same side.
They're on the same side. They have no beef. Like
she killed him by accident. You kill like a fan favorite character, like this legacy character, the last legacy character. You kill him by accident.
Yeah, okay.
It would have been weird. It would have
been weird. But then don't do it at all, or kill Poe or Finn or one. I don't know. Yeah.
But so, it was a scene that should have shocked me.
But it didn't, right?
I didn't feel like it. I've
been
been shocked.
I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I said
just
like,
don't.
Nah. I didn't.
Exactly.
Because they were so afraid of being different. I couldn't imagine that Abrams had the balls.
No, but they also did they show that Rey can do this resurrection stuff before that? They did.
No,
the snake.
It wasn't resurrection, it was healing. Like resurrection is bringing back that. Like what the fuck? Anakin fucking turned to the dark side for this shit, and now Kylo and Rey can do that? What?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay, Rey. I kind of get it. She's like the most powerful light side force user.
I don't give a damn. They shouldn't have done that. I always think that's stupid. I told you that when we talked about Jon Snow dying in Game of Thrones. I don't like it when they bring back dead characters.
Okay, in Game of Thrones, especially in the books, it's like they don't bring them back. They're
they're
Martin,
there for a reason, then they die again.
Then Martin described him as a white, but powered with fire, not with ice. Like his heart doesn't beat anymore and stuff like that. So it's just for a cost, for a prize.
It wasn't like that at all in the movie. He just was brought back.
Yeah.
In the series.
Yeah, yeah. Like he felt cold for an episode, and he was like, "Oh, I've been sorry." But yeah, I know. But yeah,
I don't like resurrection. I don't like resurrection.
This ties back to Palpatine.
Yeah, because it makes the death of a person less significant.
Yes, this is why episodic, like series that go on after they shouldn't have, like they run out of script, they turn to shit. Because then all conflicts are resolved, they make up new conflicts, and like, oh man, he died, we need shock value, and then, oh man, we can't sell the series without him, let's bring him back, and then
He's not dead yet. This he's not dead yet thing.
Yeah,
never ended good.
It kind of takes away this impact of death.
Yeah.
Because if a person dies in real life,
I thought like
they're gone.
Yeah, exactly.
They're never coming back. And this is why
Rey
it's so
wait
painful.
like half an hour, regain a bit of strength, and then revive Kylo again? They kiss again.
But nah, he like
no, he right, he vanished. Right. I forgot that.
But yeah,
man, that was such a weird. Everyone in the theater. I watched it two times. Everyone laughed.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
No, okay.
That's
when I watched
not
it,
a scene.
Shut up! But I watched it in the morning. Like
yeah,
I think it was like 2 p.m. or something.
It's not
like
a scene where you should laugh, but it was.
No, it isn't.
It had this comedic thing because it's so stupid. She dies. He revives her. They kiss. Then he dies. Like Shakespeare.
Yeah, no, Shakespeare's better. But the thing is, honestly,
it was so melodramatic.
Yes, it definitely felt like that. And to be honest, I know I sound like this one fucking guy from Reddit. Like, oh, I could have done it better, but I really don't think I could have. Okay, I could have done better, but
it was a different.
I would have
a difficult situation.
Yeah, it was, but I feel like it would have.
Whoops.
Okay, it was empty, right?
Yeah, it was empty.
Okay, I feel like it would have been better if Rey died, and I don't say it because I don't like Rey. I say it because I don't think she's that interesting of a character to to live on. I would have loved to see Kylo just battling with his fucked up decisions in 10 and like, okay, we gotta make this right. I gotta start a new Jedi temple, and people don't like him because they know who he is, and he just has to fight for it. And
I thought that too.
like, what the fuck? What's Rey gonna do?
I thought that too, but at the same time, it's not such a good message either. The bad guy surviving. He is still kind of the bad guy.
Yeah, he is right.
Wait, I gotta fix my seat real quick.
Yeah, do it. He is. I see that, but still, I don't think that Rey is that interesting, to be honest.
She isn't.
So, yeah. But, yeah.
That's... Wait, on what point were we dumb decisions still, right?
No, like, I think we switched into structural problems a bit, because, like, Palpatine surviving, like, this whole resurrection thing, right?
Yeah.
What I think this did is it took away all the stakes. So, okay, Palpatine is killed in the end, right? Who says he can survive that? He survived a thermonuclear blast to his face in space.
Like he vanished. He was disintegrated.
Yeah, right. No way he can survive that. But
in the end of the 9th, he was like, he had his own power used against him again, like in 3.
But yeah, still. He didn't learn anything in his years of wisdom.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think he is a guy consumed by his lust for power.
I get that. But still, like, I don't think he could have survived this. Like, he was in the reactor that exploded in space. If he can survive that, he can survive the other stuff. And they like explicitly said that he clones his body and stuff. So right now it's like,
I thought that was like just a theory that the
Resistance
had.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I didn't think that was like, oh yeah, they did that. He never said it.
He never said it right.
He said, I was thrown down, I was killed before. Stuff like that. I was killed before,
like
so...
Okay, yeah, alright. But still,
Didn't he ask, like, how are you alive? And he says, I'm not?
Yeah, he did. He's a zombie, basically. So, yeah, it felt like his spirit just inhabited his corpse. But, which, again, he stated that he can control Rey's body, and Rey didn't obviously kill his spirit, so if Abrams would have to make the new trilogy, I definitely see, like, Palpatine rocking up in a new body. So this kind of takes away the stakes.
I wouldn't have brought him back.
Of course not. It fucks over Luke and Anakin. Like, all they accomplished, gone. Throw it out. Fuck that. Like, this new fleet. Hello Future Me had a good essay on power escalation, and he said, like, the problem is your hero shouldn't be strong enough in the end of your first book to deal with the problems of your third book, or you gotta have to make the villains
more powerful.
No, not more powerful. That's like the normal approach. Like Harry Potter, at first he fights like Voldemort in a very weak state, and then he gets stronger and stronger. What you can do is like Jessica Jones, switch it up. Like, the first villain can control minds. Okay, the second one is just somebody else, and the third one is just a normal person, and it's like different. The first one can control minds. The second one is just she doesn't know where he is or something like that. I get the season mixed up. But what Star Wars did is they went for the villain is more powerful approach with the fleet. Like, Death Star was a problem. Then we had a bigger Death Star. Then we had a Death Star that could shoot like 9 planets at a time. And now we have Star Destroyers with Death Star cannons. So it kind of numbs you. You know what I mean? I felt like...
I think that too.
Fuck off.
I always thought of like this power... what did you call it? Like strength...
What do you mean? That the force is too strong? Or
No. That everything is getting stronger.
Oh, power escalation.
Yeah, exactly. Missed the word there. This power escalation thing is... I never liked that in movies or shows.
Yeah,
for me, it's kind of the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, right.
Concept of everyone just getting stronger and stronger until they punch each other through
nanospheres
space
or something. Yeah, right.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, but
I like my battles a bit more grounded.
Oh yeah,
and that's why I love the original death Palpatine because he wasn't killed by a particularly
was-
strong force or something. He was just
yeeted-
thrown
Yeah,
down.
he was yeeted down
That
in the
could
reactor.
happen to anybody by anybody.
Yeah, right. It was not a hero.
He died because of physics, basically. He died because there was gravity on the Death Star,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And it took Darth Vader's life to take him down because
Yes. So yeah, this
was a death like the
this
most
death wasn't
powerful
vain
guy
now.
killed
the
by
other most powerful guy.
gravity.
Yeah, right.
Basically.
Yeah, okay,
I
I
like
see what
that.
you mean.
I like that because this anime style of thinking, like
I don't.
if
like
you have
it.
a powerful guy, you gotta have at least a more powerful
You gotta remember your friends,
force.
bro. You gotta remember your friends, though. Like, oh man, I'm beaten down, but I have to go on
Yeah.
for Sasuke.
You have to have a equally strong force to beat him. You have this force clashing all the time. You can't beat him because you're smarter or because your heart's in the right place. And that's what I liked about the original Death of the Death.
Yeah, right.
of-
Because
of
he
Lord of the
he
Death Star.
basically died to a father getting his fatherly feelings back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he didn't die because of that in this movie. He died because of a laser of a lightning beam that was deflected
Reflected
into
by-
his
yeah.
face
Yeah.
by one lightsaber that didn't do enough. But two
Two
lightsabers.
is okay. Okay, right.
And this stupid line, like I am all the Jedi.
It
Come
felt
on!
like Endgame, and I am Iron Man. You know?
I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
I didn't like the theater of all the Siths cheering him on, like.
Especially since this would have been a point in the movie
Yeah.
where the viewer could have done some thinking on its
On.
own.
Yeah.
It was so fucking clear that now she has the help of all the Jedi
yeah, right.
that came before her. She didn't have to say it. She
I
really
am
didn't.
all the Jedi. Yes. So, well, yeah. This was a fucking mess.
So I didn't like the finale.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been cooler if Rey got beaten, because she basically only got beaten once in this entire trilogy.
Did she?
And
though?
then
Oh yeah,
she
like
didn't.
in the Force Awakens.
No,
where
not in
Kylo
The
strikes
Force
her down, or
Awakens.
what?
No, in The Rise of Skywalker. There's one fight where she actually notices that Kylo is stronger than her.
Yeah.
But then he gets distracted because of his mother and dies.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about key moments if you're there.
Yeah.
One of my key moments, or like the first key moment that comes to my mind, is Kylo Ren's turning to Ben Skywalker with
I thought
Leia's
that was-
death. What's your opinion on that?
I like it.
Okay.
I think I would have done it with if in my head, like the movie I would have wanted to see, I would have still wanted that in there. I think that's cool.
Yes,
I
like it
thought
too.
after 8, there's no way he's gonna turn. He made his decision,
Yeah,
but
kind of would have liked that too, like follow through.
yeah, that's okay. That would be fine with me too.
I think if Johnson would have made the 9th episode,
He wouldn't have turned,
he wouldn't have turned. He would be the big bad evil guy. Like he
and
would
I would
Palpatine.
be fine with that.
Yes, I would have loved that. But
And that's the thing I would have done, but I would still be okay with him turning to the light again.
Yes,
And
yeah, same for me.
especially, gotta give the movie credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
They have a nice thinking about that. Like, he is killed in order to become good. He's not just turning because of somebody eventually like brought up a point which he was, all right, I'm good again.
Yeah, I
He
kind of
had to die
yeah,
to
and I
become good
think-
again.
I kind of think that like he was in a, like kind of emotionally vulnerable because his mother just died, and
Yeah.
like they are force connected,
He
and
couldn't-
he just
he couldn't-
felt it.
He couldn't
then-
do it. He had the opportunity to kill his mom, and he couldn't.
Yeah, right. And then she dies, and he's like emotionally in like a vulnerable state, and then he's killed, and he's like, okay, fuck, okay, I'm dying now. And then the selfless act of Rey, she heals him. Like, she knows that he can kick her ass. He is like way better than her. She should have been in the 7th too, but whatever. Now he is, and she still heals him, gives him part of her life force. That's how they explain it. So this selfless act kind of for me seems like this is the turning point for him.
Yeah, and he oh my god, Adam Driver plays it all on his face so good.
Yes.
You can see him
It's Ben now.
regretting and reflecting on all the choices he made. And like, I've gone on this path, on this dark path, so long, and it got me to be fucking stabbed.
Yeah, stabbed in the gut, right?
And when he's sitting there, right, when she's healing him, when at first he's dying, and then she's healing him, the looks on his face tell so much.
Did they change his costume? Because when I
bit.
saw it,
It's a bit more simple when he's Ben.
No. Yeah, right. But in this scene, especially because when he is Ben, he looks different for me, and I don't know if he just telegraphed it with his face, which would have been a fucking miracle, because that's difficult.
No, I don't think they changed anything there.
Whoa, man, and he's just like that good of an actor, right?
He had a wet face.
Yeah, but he had before, like
Yeah.
he looked like a beast, and then he got stabbed, and then he looked like a boy.
Yeah, because he didn't pump himself up that much then.
Yeah, okay,
You're right.
I liked it. I really liked. I just without words, without context, you could have shown it to somebody who never heard of Star Wars before, and he would be like, yeah, I think he's turning good right now. Like I felt that he was that good of an actor that he just telegraphed it.
In a movie which had zero time for anything.
Yeah.
They still had enough time for him turning. It wasn't like a 10-second affair. He got stabbed. He sat there, thought about everything. He got healed.
He just regretted it.
He left alone.
Yeah.
And then he had like
he threw his
a talk with his dad.
You liked it?
I did.
Yeah, me too. Like it wasn't a force ghost.
It wasn't a force ghost. It was a hallucination.
Was just his memory, right?
It was just in his head.
Yeah, I think
it was
adrenaline pumping.
For me, it was a visualization of of him turning. Like
yes, of
what's
course.
going on in his head.
Of course.
And I loved that. I think that was
I kind of thought that like yes, this is like his subconscious, but he just got stabbed. So maybe he's like high on adrenaline or something, and he just has this hallucination, just kind of is in a lucid dreaming state.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the talk. It was like a mirror back to episode 7. Like, it was like the talk on the bridge, but with a different outcome.
But with the, I know what I have to do.
Yeah, and Han like, I know. Like, it was cheesy, but I liked it. What I didn't like is that Chewie got his fucking medal. Like, nobody needed to see that. I felt this was like fucking fan service.
The movie had
so much fan service.
No, I don't think it was fan service. I think it was the attitude of we fix all the stuff that you didn't like about the other movies.
Yeah.
Why does anything from A New Hope need to be fixed?
It doesn't, right? Because or even the fucking 8th episode. Like the Holdo maneuver is 1 in a million. Yeah, didn't seem like that. That did seem like Holdo just pushed the lever and then it worked. It didn't seem like 1 in a million to me.
It seemed like luck to me, like desperate luck.
You think?
Yeah.
But for that, she was too chill.
Was she?
Or maybe she was like thinking, yeah, if I jump now, no. Because the First Order already noticed the rebels, right? Fleeing. So it wasn't like, I'll just jump and they go. It wasn't a distraction. It was like, either this
It was desperate.
Yeah, okay.
I saw the movie. I saw like a week ago again because I wanted to see it again before I go into 9.
Smart move.
So it felt like desperation.
Okay. Well, yeah,
for me at least,
I can get behind that.
And I don't care for the sentence like that was 1 in a million.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have brought it up again. Just
you can't fix stuff like that. Like it happened, it was a fuck up, but we didn't fix Jar Jar Binks.
I would have just rolled with it.
Yeah, to be honest, like
rolled with all the stuff Nine gave.
Abrams tried so hard to fix all the errors from Johnson and fucks up way more.
It made me enjoy 8 more.
Yeah,
because
it really does. Put everyone in perspective.
Everyone said that 8 was so full of stuff and so loaded and so long.
Every character had an arc, and every character was supported by 2 characters. Like, let's take Finn for example. He is like in between Rose and DJ, and Poe is in between Leia and Holdo. and so on.
And raised in
Rey,
between Luke and Kylo.
Yeah.
Or
So
Snoke.
I don't think Snoke fits in there well, but it had stories. It had, and you know what? If a movie has to tell you what they are doing, then it's a bad movie, because nobody told you in 8 like, oh, Rey is going to see Luke now. Like, you got it. She was there. She wanted advice. But here's, okay, we have to go there. Ah, shit. We can read the dagger, but we can read the dagger, but he can't speak to us. Okay, now we got to reset him. And then this whole C-3PO
Video
bullshit.
game logic.
Yes.
Video game writing.
Yes, it's not what most reviewers said. But then C-3PO losing his memory, and I was like, he won't lose his memory. I don't know. And then he was like, R2-D2's backups are not good. Like, since when Leia trusted him her life? Like, and it was basically clear that he won't lose it. And it was just like Chewie again. They wanted to create drama, but they weren't. They were afraid to sacrifice. So,
like red herrings, is that what you call them?
Red herrings is when your heroes chase something that turns out to be not the thing they want. Like if you have a murder mystery and then you chase the butler, but it wasn't the butler.
Yeah.
Like this is a red herring. It was more like really video game logic. And why is this dagger existing? Why is this dagger existing where you can point to a specific place in the Death Star? Like, the hell?
Yeah, the dagger was weird because it felt like an ancient artifact.
But it wasn't.
Right, but it couldn't have been, because it's at least
they could have foreseen it. Like, they could have someone could have foreseen it. Like, they maybe, but
That's right.
still, but still, it's not good.
And everything is too simple. Even though the movie is complicated and messy, everything comes too simple to them.
The plot is too convoluted and complex, but the resolution and the discussion, the subplot, like this, the meaning is simple. Yeah, that's right.
But maybe it needed to be simple. I don't know if it could have been any more complicated.
Yeah, but the plot was too complicated and convoluted for that. If you wanted to tell this story, you could have told it in 90 minutes with more streamlined plot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What you thought about Rey's exile? Like, she goes to
Octo? I thought that was good.
Yeah, I liked it too.
I thought that was that made sense that she would think that.
Yes.
And it tied together. It was
and
one idea.
Luke now.
Exactly. It was one idea from 8 that they kept through.
Yes. And then people were like...
Everything that happened on that island I like.
Yeah.
Actually. Let's just say it like that. In 8, in 7, in 9, everything happened on this island I like.
Yes, I can get behind that, because like some people were like, I don't get why she gets to be a Skywalker. She disrespected Luke, but
when?
Like in 8, where she's like, you gave up
because she hit him in the head.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but I think that even if she disrespected Luke, she connected to Luke much more through self-exiling her to the same place. And
she talked with him a couple times.
Yeah, and she literally goes through his emotions. And like, I feel she understands Luke the most in the end. And this is why I like the self-exile.
I liked it too. I thought it made sense. And another thing which made me really happy, it was one of the few times in the theater where I was actually in the theater happy, is when he pulls out his own X-Wing. Because that was something that was teased on in 8. And I thought, oh, that's how he gets off the island later. But he doesn't. And I thought, all right, that was just for knowing where his ship was, I guess.
This is a red herring.
Yeah, but it wasn't, because she used it in 9. I thought that was great.
I like this, like,
and the callback to
we got
fifth.
Red 5. Red 5, that's Luke, and I was like, oh yeah, I get a little chills now.
Right.
Talking about it.
That was cool.
That was good. Yeah.
Apart from obviously the ship not working after being in the water for so long. And stinking like hell.
Stinking like hell, yes, but I think, I don't know, it's like a spaceship.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Palpatine
Yeah.
had 30 Star Destroyers under the Earth. Shouldn't be that hard. Where was it explained where she got the manpower and the resources to build this fucked up big fleet? I think a Star Destroyer needs like, I don't know, 7,000 people to be manned without anyone noticing.
Yeah.
Yes?
It wasn't, but I thought it was this Sith cult that he maintained with all these people in the arena and stuff.
But they were like that Sith, I thought. They
Yeah?
were real people. Yeah, they were like ghosts, I thought.
All right.
Because think about it, they're like all in black. They're not hooded. They're like literally from...
Yeah, but that's what Sith do. Like,
No, but they're like smoky. Even their faces were smoky.
yeah.
I think so.
He had people walking around his lab in the very beginning,
Yeah, but
maintaining the stuff.
I get that you, I don't know, get 50 scientists and stuff to your base, whatever, but he like staffed the biggest fleet without anyone noticing
He had-
on a planet without life.
He had military as well, like the red stormtroopers that were his.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, where did she get the recruits?
Where does the First Order get this stuff?
They
I don't-
kidnapped them and people know about it.
Yeah, but where do they get the money? That was a big point for you
Like,
in the past.
Yes, I kind of grow to accept it. Like, I get that, you know, if you have a military and you invade planets with money, you can take their money away and take the children away. And
But
get
he didn't
more
invade
soldiers.
anything.
Yeah, right, because nobody knew that he existed. So, yeah, it wasn't explained. I was like, I kind of felt it was dumb. But, yeah. Okay,
I didn't even think about that.
What?
The
Okay.
movie had so many problems,
Yeah,
which
it's
were
just, it's just that if these are the smaller problems, you know you fucked up. So, what you think of the end? Like
the end, or
Ray taking on? Oh, yeah, we can talk about the fight with Palpatine if you want to.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
right.
just thought it wasn't that great.
Yeah, it wasn't. It really wasn't that great. Like-
It also had its moments when she gave the
Yeah, I like that.
the lightsaber through the force time.
yeah.
That was cool. Kylo had a funny face when
Yeah,
when he had it.
I kind of like this.
When they join together and say like, we fight you together now because they
Get
laid
yeeted.
aside their differences and
Yeah.
Kylo resolved his shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like that.
But then get yeeted.
And then get completely yeeted away. I thought it was fine too. Show that you don't have any chances. I thought he was gonna kill him. I thought he was gonna stab him in the back or in the front like he did his father or something.
Yeah.
It would have been more Rise of Skywalker-y to me because he actually is the Skywalker that is talked about so much in the
Yes.
in these movies.
Yes.
He's the only Skywalker alive. I thought it's either him
Not anymore.
it's either him or they bring back Anakin, which they didn't.
And I would have liked a Force Ghost of Anakin.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Hayden Christensen again.
Yeah, would have been kind of cool. Right. So yeah, we got that covered. Let's talk about the ending, like Rey being on I forgot.
Tatooine.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, Rey being on Tatooine and burying the lightsabers, and then this woman asking her, "Who are you?" And, you know, like Rey, and then this callback, like she didn't have a last name yet, and then she sees Luke and Leia, and she's like, "I'm a Skywalker." What you think about that?
I thought it was fine. It was supporting the message that the movie had.
Yep.
It made sense to me. I had to think about it, so that was nice.
Yeah, for a change in this
um,
movie.
But could have done without it too. It
Yeah.
wasn't a
I-
game changer for me.
I kind of felt like this was one of the few times where the movie really like had a message, and I felt, because people complained like it's not the Rise of Skywalker if your nemesis daughter becomes this new Skywalker, but I kind of felt like Luke and Leia did so much that Skywalker isn't just a family anymore. It's like it's a movement. Like they
Mm.
became the resistance. So yeah, I liked it for what it was. I could have done without it, to be honest. Like
It didn't do something with me. It made me
Yes.
think, and I agree with it,
But I
with
think
its message. But
I think
it
if it was a better movie, it would have done something.
yeah.
I think you were just frustrated because I was too. How did you like your the lightsaber design of her from her staff, like with this?
Yeah, I didn't.
Didn't?
No.
No?
I thought it made sense for her
Okay.
to make her lightsaber out of her staff, but I think I think it's not practical that you switch on your lightsaber by turning,
by turn. Okay.
and it was not a particularly nice design. It was very bulky.
Yeah, but she's a scavenger, right?
Yeah, that's just from a design perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. You studied that shit, so.
I liked the one of Kylo more, just for the looks.
Man, I like this broken crystal and the look
Yeah.
it gave, like this amber kind of flying.
And she had a different color. She had a new color. It was like
it wasn't
orange.
new. No. Yeah, I thought
I know that it was.
It resembled the color that the temple guards had, right?
Yeah, I know, but it was never shown in the movies before.
Yeah, but
right. But
yes.
in
But
the shows, I know.
Is Clone Wars still canon? It is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so then I kinda, because in the Old Republic, this was the color of the Jedis that used. They were like let's say like spies and the infiltrators that used like grenades and stuff, because Jedi don't use that typically, but in the Old Republic they were like this techie Jedis.
Yeah, since you're talking about the Old Republic, it's a thing I wanted to say, because I always say I don't like when the Force is too strong.
Oh yeah, I texted you that.
Yeah, the Force is very strong in this movie, and they do incredible stuff with it.
Yeah, because I kind of mocked you for that you like that the Force is like just a subtle thing. I liked it to be a bit more powerful. I liked it in 8 where she just rips stone apart. I like that because she's like the pinnacle of light side Force users. But that's the top for me. What they do this time, it's busted.
She does lightnings. They throw people around all the time.
She pulls a ship down.
Yeah. That
was okay, I guess.
That is a scene where I have ambivalent feelings.
Felt like a video game, but I kind of liked it.
It was a strong moment. They both pulling at the ship. Their faces were
Finn
good.
not shooting at Kylo.
Why didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you get you have fear when somebody can do that.
Like, I would have liked the visual if Finn shoots and Kylo just parries it and still pulls. Like, this would have shown how fucking powerful. Like, he's a beast.
And he won that tow battle. He only didn't win because then she fucking destroyed the...
Yeah, she blasted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a powerful moment until she did the lightning stuff. Because that didn't feel... I don't want to say earned, but it didn't... It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it came right out of the left field.
Why didn't she do that before? Did she not have, like...
I think she just...
Didn't she fight against Snoke when he held her?
What I can imagine is that Snoke was just too powerful. She couldn't move and stuff, and that she maybe wasn't angry enough. Because Snoke she really feared. She doesn't feel Kylo that much.
No.
She's just angry.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But that's like, the Force was very powerful in this movie, and there were many new Force techniques.
It kind of broke.
She floated, right?
Yeah, would have been nice for Palpatine, wouldn't be?
She floated.
Like, couldn't Luke? No, Luke didn't float. He just stood on one arm, right?
No, he floated too, but only like
this. Yeah,
a couple of centimeters.
She's better, I guess. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that, but I thought it didn't look as cool as they think it would.
Some reviewers also mentioned that the Force was a contained magic system with defined rules.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't, because she and he can do both. Incredible stuff. Palpatine can shut down fleets and inhabit bodies. Like,
sound technically that was cool.
Yeah.
The sound blurring out when the lightning comes.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like Star Wars. It didn't feel like a Star Wars sound. It felt more at home with stuff like Inception or something.
Yeah, right. How did you like the music? Like, you are a musician. I'm not qualified.
I like the music way less than in the other movies.
Okay, yeah.
It kind of felt like a best of.
It was a medley. Like I think Nerd Culture mentioned it.
Yeah.
That's a German YouTuber. He mentioned this whole movie and the music to it was a medley.
But it had. I mean, it's John Williams.
Yeah.
He is a genius, and he always
He is.
performs well.
He is.
And it had a couple of things that were very well executed. Like when Kylo turns, he has his theme playing, but in a higher
Really?
tonality. Yeah, so
Oh.
it's lighter now.
Oh.
And when Rey turns dark for this, when she's on the Death Star,
Yeah.
she has her music, but played darker and with the undertone of the Emperor's music.
Boy, that's nice.
And there's
is nice.
also a scene where Finn tells her that she knows her, and she says you don't, where the Emperor's theme is playing, but with the instruments used for Rey's theme. So I
Really?
thought that was very good. Yes,
Man, yeah,
it was very subtle. It was just a few
Yeah,
seconds.
I can spot this stuff. Like
This
is your
this
specialty.
made me very happy. But that's it. That's the music things I liked. That's it.
Okay.
And that's not enough for a Star Wars movie because
Yeah.
every other Star Wars movie has so much great music.
Yeah.
And also in the fight on the Death Star, the lightsaber fight, I love that fight. It was a good fight, but there was no music playing there.
I kind of like that.
I
I
felt
was there music in 7 when they fought in the
Yeah.
end?
Yeah.
Was there?
yeah, I listen to that track all the time.
Okay. Okay.
The thing is, I watched that fight and I thought that's a great fight. Why am I not invested in this fight?
Music.
And I thought it's because of the missing music.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Definitely. Definitely could be. Yep. Okay. There weren't much fights in this movie though. Like
It was full.
no,
was
like
full of
lightsaber fights.
Yeah, right. Kylo and
Rey
Rey had this
battled
on and
too.
off thing.
They battled 2 times. Like one, I like where she used. I thought she held the dagger and the lightsaber,
Yeah.
and it seemed like a parry dagger, like in the medieval times. But obviously, you can parry a lightsaber with a normal dagger. But I kind of thought that she would cheese him and stab him in the guts or something, which she didn't. So this was one time. Then
My
they
God.
fought again on the Death Star.
Yeah.
Then Kylo butchered the Knights of Ren. So yeah, this is like what I talked about, where he like kills his extension,
yeah.
his past. I like that. But like they didn't kill Palpatine in the saber fight.
They did kill him with a lightsaber. though.
Yeah, with his lightning. Yeah, but there wasn't a lightsaber fight though. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talked a lot of shit about this movie now. I still
I have one more point, but that's not about the movie.
Yeah.
It's about something
I
different.
still give it a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10. I'm not
But
sure.
that's you. Like you
It still had
you,
cool
you would
stuff.
you would
It
eat
had-
shit if it was Star Wars labeled.
It had stuff that made me have fun at moments, but it didn't last.
I
It
love
didn't
the
stick with
festival.
me.
I loved the festival with this colors.
Yeah, that was
and
cool.
I
And
like that
then-
he grabbed this necklace.
Yes.
That was nice.
I love that Kylo really is stronger now. He
is-
trained.
He's a like
He improved.
I don't think he really improved. I think he just didn't underestimate her this time, because like he was toying with them in 7 and he just didn't expect it. But he's a beast. Like
And I like that. I like that he is the one with the upper hand now.
yeah, always.
And he's really chasing her, and she's under threat. Right?
Yeah.
I like that he just destroys when after all this time she finds this pathfinder and he destroys it.
Yeah.
Because he says the only way for you to the planet I always forget the name of, Exegol, is through me. I thought that was a very powerful
I liked it too.
scene.
Did you like the
And he doesn't ignite his lightsaber.
didn't?
No, he didn't. He just standing there and talks to her. And she has it ignited and attacks
she's
him.
not that much in control anymore, and
No.
he is much more in control of his emotions. That's cool. Did you like Darth Ray, the Vision,
No.
with the teeth
No.
and the fucked up lightsaber?
The teeth thing was stupid.
It was very stupid. Yeah.
It wasn't like in a YouTube fan fiction.
Not even that. It was like 2000 or 1999
Right.
horror story.
Right?
I didn't like it.
Since when since when is that a Sith thing?
Yeah, right. But she had Sith eyes, or did she? Didn't she?
She did.
She did. Okay, yeah.
But the lightsaber,
The lightsaber
was stupid as well.
Fuck yeah. With the double blade. What?
They made fun of Kylo. You know,
Did they?
they made when 7 came out. They made fun of Kylo's
Yeah.
lightsaber
Yeah.
for having the Swiss Army thing.
Yeah.
This was Swiss Army
Yes.
at its
yes,
finest. It fucking swing opened like a butterfly.
Yeah. And the people that made fun of Kylo didn't fucking play Old Republic, because in the expanded universe, this was a
This was
thing.
a-
This
yeah, yeah.
design was a thing. And story-wise, this design makes sense because he overloaded his crystal and now
I
too
know.
much power and stuff, and he has to redirect it. And I like how he uses this in battle. Like, he locks sword. I know this is not how sword fighting works, but it's a lightsaber, whatever. So he locks swords and then he cuts you. That's kind of nice. It
That's
suits him.
cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And
I
in the opening scene, he just jams this thing in one guy.
Yeah.
It looks great.
He uses the side of his lightsaber
Yeah.
as it would work as a weapon,
Yeah,
because it's also
it's
a
not a
small
guard.
lightsaber.
It's not a guard.
It's not a guard, and that is
That's cool. It's
fun to watch.
and it makes sense because he's a very aggressive fighter. He doesn't give a shit about
that's-
defenses. He just
Yeah,
steamrolls you.
and that's because I talked about him now because I want, we kind of at the end, and I want to talk about the things I liked from this movie
Mm-hmm.
and from the trilogy. And
Okay.
for me, the best thing about this new trilogy is the story of Ben Solo, of Kylo Ren.
Yes,
It's
definitely
full of
hands
cool
down. Yes,
visuals. I like the mask. I've bought the mask.
I didn't like the new mask where he has like this red stripes.
As well that.
They
That's-
needed it. They needed it to distinguish him from the Knights of Ren visually. I get that because it would have been a suit otherwise.
I wouldn't have brought back the mask.
Yeah, because why did
There was a reason why he destroyed the mask.
Yes, definitely.
He
Like,
doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah,
he
he doesn't
is the
hide.
bad guy. He doesn't need to hide
He has
his
he's not the mask of
emotions.
Kylo Ren. It's Kylo Ren now. It's his
Yes.
face. Yeah, right.
And it's not a face of a small boy anymore. He has this scar that goes
Boy,
across
he
his
looks
whole face.
badass.
Yeah. So I wouldn't have needed that.
Yeah,
It was
me neither.
wasted time in
Yes,
the movie.
yes.
But okay, I guess.
Yeah, we at the point like
Like his outfit. He has two outfits. He has
This
the
is
outfit from
black
7, which is a
tunic.
bit more ripped.
I like this black tunic from 7.
Yeah, but I also like the more established look from 8 with the normal cape,
It's more a bit more like Anakin. I had
Yeah,
the feeling,
and
right?
it's more like a knight.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like both.
I like them. He looks cool, cool lightsaber, good actor. I like Adam Driver.
Very good actor.
I heard people say very mean things about his face, but
To be fair, in this one scene, he kind of looked like a baby in 7. Like
yeah,
a
but he
bit.
was supposed to.
Yes, of course. That's what the people didn't get.
He takes off the mask and Rey accepts this
Like-
monster. You don't even know she expects a human, and it's just a fucking
Boy.
boy.
Yeah.
That's the
I like
point.
that. I like
and he
that.
doesn't look like a boy in 8 or 9
Yes.
because he isn't. Adam Driver is not a boy.
Like, he's a Marine. Like,
They have gone out of their way to make him look young in 7.
yeah,
That was intentional.
he's fucking
It's not
jacked,
his
right?
fault.
Like Ben Swolo.
Yeah, and so Adam Driver, I think, plays very well in all the movies.
Yes, especially in 9. Honestly, this like his turn, that's like the pinnacle for me.
Yeah.
Like you see that he is not Kylo Ren
And you
anymore.
also see it in his fighting style. When he's fighting as Ben Solo, he's much more controlled. You see it in his face. You see it in
Right.
his actions.
And
When he destroys the Knights of Ren, right?
boy,
He is
yeah,
actually patient. He waits for his opportunity and stuff.
yeah, but
and
that
he
started
has
in
a-
8.
He has a calm face.
Yes, that started in 8 to be honest, because like then he just grew up because he killed the Emperor, or Snoke. But I talked with about it with you before, like this scene with the Praetorian guards where he stands in his, because he's used to battle one inferior opponent, so he just has his sword out. He's wide open from all angles except from the front, and he just stares this guy down. Then he gets like, oh man, I'm surrounded. This is not gonna work this time. He puts his lightsaber down. He actually kind of closes his eyes and listens to the Force, and then the one guy with the whip, he wants to strike him. Kylo sidesteps, and it's just great. I love this. This is my favorite scene from Star Wars, to be honest. This Praetorian Guards fight. But one last thing that I it's a bit meta, but the Force, right? It's a balance. The Force always seeks to create balance.
There's no balance at the end of 9.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we are always told the Force it tries.
Yeah.
Never can do it quite well, but it tries to create balance. Like there's light, there's dark. So this ties back to Disney's marketing plan with never-ending franchises very well, because does it really matter who wins? If all the Jedi are killed, the Force will just produce new light-sided users, like it did with Rey. And that's what we are always told. The Jedi fell because there was too much light in the galaxy. And if I started thinking about that, and then it kind of seems pointless. Why am I invested? Because no matter who wins, wait 100 years and everything is status quo again. And we have war. Because if the light side wins, great, nice, they won, and then what? And then new Sith arrive, because balance. If they win, yeah, man, the heroes lost, it's damn misery. But 100 years later, boy. And this is the thing that frustrated me with the trilogy a bit, because 1, 2, 3 is light-dominated world, and the Sith are the kind of underdogs. And then they win. 4, 5, 6 is darkly dominated by the dark, and the good guys are underdogs. I would have expected that the Sith are underdogs again, but in 7, they just back at it again.
No, in 7 they gone.
Like, not the Sith, but like
the dark side.
The dark side is still there, and like the military, they are the Force. The Republic is again on the run. So that's what kind of frustrated me at the beginning. I accepted it, but still. So what do you think about that? Because like, since I thought about it this way, I kind of lost my investment.
I think the movie that had the most to say about this concept, the balance concept, was 8. Right? Luke talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
Snoke talked about it.
Right. Yeah, he
Snoke said he said
Kylo was too powerful and the Force created Rey, right?
Right, but that isn't true.
Why?
It? Because Rey is just a child of Palpatine's son.
Or daughter.
No, his son.
His son?
He said that, right?
I thought, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter.
I thought it was the
son of
his son.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
So
where was this guy in 6, by the way?
Right.
Like Palpatine
I think he wasn't born yet. It makes or was he?
Yeah.
He has to. He kind of has to. No, he hasn't. I mean, Star Wars movies has always been wonky about the time periods.
Yeah, but Luke is like 60 or 70 ish in the end.
It's 30 years after Return of the Jedi. 7.
30. Oh boy.
Then it doesn't make
sense. Then his son must have been born. Like he must have been under training. Oh boy. They shouldn't have brought Palpatine back, and they shouldn't. Yeah, okay.
You know what? You know what?
What?
What I expected after 8.
Yeah.
It was hard because 8 really left you open.
Yeah.
But I expected in the beginning of the 9th film, Kylo searching out in the dark regions of the galaxy, finding an explanation for Snoke.
Yeah, that would have
how
been
he
cool.
became so powerful,
and
maybe
maybe
harvesting that power.
Yes,
to
and
become
beat the big bad.
Exactly.
Yes, it would have been hella cool.
At the same time, Rey is becoming stronger by
maybe
connecting with
Jedi
the Jedi
temple. Jedi temple
came before her. Or
yeah, right.
Like that.
Maybe finding a Jedi temple, like an ancient one.
And I thought through that power that Kylo gained on his search, he could have made the First Order stronger.
Like yes, definitely, but they are already that much stronger than the Resistance or Republic or
made
whatever.
Them like a force even greater.
Okay.
And then we could have that final clash. Obviously, like that, it's much too simple and not thought through. But
Yeah, right. But you
that's
just
what-
pitched it after 1.5 hours of podcast. So
Yeah, but that's what I kind of expected
yeah,
to begin the movie myth. And you could have used a lot of the same aesthetics and shots and ideas
Definitely.
from 9 just without Palpatine.
Yes.
Just have the temple be empty, and you can have a ghost Palpatine coming and explaining all this stuff.
Yeah, that's what I kind of hoped for. That he's like somehow clinging on to this world. Like I know Sith are not supposed to do that.
I wanted Kylo to be the big bad guy.
Yes, it would have been so powerful if this Skywalker dynasty ends with Kylo dying as a bad.
And
Yeah.
Maybe it could have been really interesting to resolve the conflict of those two.
Yes.
The fight they have on
The Death Star?
could have been a bit more stretched out, maybe, the final fight. Because what I saw in that was a mirroring of the fight of Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yes, but with water,
instead of
yeah,
lava.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're right there.
And
Right.
That was cool, right?
Yes.
That could have been a cool tie back.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Like
Or maybe
so many
if they
tiebacks, but they
if there are such a yin and yang, they kill themselves at the same time. You know, they both die.
I honestly would have loved that, because then with 10, 11, and 12, we could have explored like this whole knowledge is lost, and maybe we have somebody who is like dark-sided, dark-aligned, and he finds out about this power and starts searching, and somebody who is like maybe brothers or something. So they
Yeah, I know
they
where you
kind
have
of
this from. The old Republic, hasn't it got this brother thing?
yeah, but that's like only the beginning of a story. Then one kills the other, like.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're both sons of a Sith Emperor, so obviously the good guy doesn't survive. But like something along those lines of like reclaiming lost knowledge. Maybe
Yeah.
we are the
Maybe
point in
the
the galaxy
broom-
where it's lost.
The Broom Kid.
Maybe the Broom Kid. Yeah.
The Broom Kid and some other kid, and they could have had a much different chemistry, because they don't know any
Shit.
stigma
Yeah.
towards good or bad. They just know they feel a force.
Yeah, maybe even a tie back to the like grayish Jedi, where they're not like in this two castes, but maybe
That still can happen though. Like-
yeah, sure. Yeah, but I wonder what they will do with Rey. Will you watch 10, 11, and 12?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I
I'll
will.
maybe
I will
I'll
watch
wait for the
them.
release, like DVD or something.
I
Watch it
don't
with
think
you.
I will watch them with the same joy or the same
Yeah, that's gone now.
hype,
Yeah.
but I will watch them. I watched every Star Wars movie that I was old enough to see in theater.
Yeah, I think I kind of will skip 10 on that one. Maybe on Netflix or Disney Plus, whatever.
I try to give every new Star Wars movie like the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah, I get that.
and I did that with 9 as well.
I know. I kind of wish that if people start like maybe waiting, the opening weekends will be not that good, that Disney realizes that they can't just wing it and actually think about what they're doing. So that's my hope. That's why I think I can make this promise now, because I don't know what I will feel in 2 or 3 years, but I think I'll wait for like on-demand release. Maybe watch it with you then.
You know, maybe this changes
I hope.
the perception of the movie. When Empire came out, nobody liked it, right?
Yeah, but it was the second act. You're not supposed to like the second act.
I like it. I did.
Yeah, like I like it too, but the second act is not supposed to feel good.
Yeah, but I don't need a movie to make me feel good.
Yeah, that's why I like
even
the
though it
eight.
is a Star Wars movie, because I always root for the bad guy because I'm an idiot.
That's why I like 5.
But maybe in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, maybe when I see it again, because I will buy it, obviously.
Yeah.
It sticks with me better. I can't see it now because there's a lot of about this movie I don't like, but I also see the points I do like, and I see
Yeah,
all
the
the
Kylo
things
story is
that
it's great.
were concluded in a satisfying way. It's not enough to make it a good movie or a satisfying movie for me,
Yeah.
but it is for many people. I had friends tell me, "Man, I like this movie so much, and I like 7 and 8 more because of this movie."
I
because
like
everything
7 and
gets
8 more because of this movie too, but just because
Yeah.
it's so shitty in my opinion.
But honestly, like the drummer in, from When They Leave Us,
Yeah.
he likes this movie very much.
Yeah?
Yeah, he
Oh
do.
boy.
He does. He do.
You do. Okay, yeah, I heard some people that liked it. Like yesterday on the party there was a guy.
Yeah.
I think he liked it too. Or
Yeah.
or am I mistaken? Yeah, whatever.
No, there was a guy who said
who
he didn't
hates
watch,
it.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
watch any of the new Star Wars movies.
But the other one, I think.
Mm.
Well, whatever. Yeah. Like I am honestly jealous of everybody who can enjoy this movie because I can't and I wish I could.
I wanted to love it.
Yeah,
I wanted to love it like 7 and 8.
I wanted it to be like, yeah, man, they're back on track. Let's watch 10, 11, and 12. But like after 7, if I went out after 7 and someone came to me like, hey, yo, I got a time traveling machine, want to see 8? I would have said yes, let's
Of
go.
course.
But after 9, if someone came to me with the same offer for 10, I would have said,
After 8, it was even more of that. I
Yes,
could
yes.
not wait for 9. And this span of what, 2 years between the two, really,
You were hyped, or weren't you? Like,
I was, but
but then the trailer dropped.
it grew out because
Yeah,
everyone hated 8 so much that I kind of lost hope that they would continue the
this path.
story string.
Yeah,
of 8.
you were right.
Yeah.
You're completely right. Well, I think this is a good point to wrap it up. So
Kind of sad, but
it's kind of sad, but
it's also
Ella.
kind of sad that the
okay,
Skywalker
well,
saga
wait,
is
we got to
finished.
end on a high note. What's your favorite Star Wars moment?
Oh god, that's difficult.
Yeah,
I'd say the Praetorian fight's pretty far up.
far up. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my favorite, man. Like when they fight together and help each other, it's like you could cut there. It would be so cool. Just imagining like, okay, no more stigmas. We just go along there. They just do it together. Would be cool.
I'd say not the Praetorian fight, but this whole scene, the whole throne room scene.
Yeah,
Where
kill the past.
Right, where
Yeah.
Rey comes there. It's this subversion of what you thought might
What
happen.
happened? Yes,
It's not only because of the story, but because of how it made me feel.
and the visuals, man.
Exactly. She's in there now. She's with the Emperor, the new Emperor,
Yeah,
in the
Snoke.
second movie, and you think like, how is this gonna resolve?
And I
They
loved
can't
it.
kill him, can they?
And they did.
And they
I
do, and
loved
then they
it.
fight together. It just was
Yes.
so much and so
Yes.
much done right. And
Yes. It was
So-
beautiful. Beautiful.
I'd actually say that's one of the best moments.
Where did
That-
you watch the movie?
Where?
In Matesa?
Yeah.
When we went out, like they got some dudes dressed up as stormtroopers
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, but there was like one statue when we went in, and then we went out. I was like, oh man, there are 2 more statues, and my girlfriend was like, oh man, they are, and she approached them, and they stood perfectly still. They looked like a statue,
And they
then
scared her.
one scared.
Yeah.
It was so great. Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah.
I mean, it didn't ruin Star Wars for me. I'm not that type of guy who said you
Yeah.
ruined my childhood. I still love all the other movies.
Of course, like even if you're not so in the new movies, just like forget them.
Yeah.
Headcanon, right?
Headcanon. That's not even. I can get behind all the stuff that happened in 9, and I would probably watch it a couple more times. I watch Attack of the Clones every year, even though I don't like it that much.
Yes,
it-
we talked about it in the car.
It's part of the
Of Star Wars.
story.
And I like the clones. I actually like the clones.
There's something in every Star Wars movie I can get behind.
Yes.
And there's enough in this movie I can get behind. I
Yes.
still enjoy it more than Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. When you get a child, what's the order you showed in the movies?
Release.
Release?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. But I probably stop after 3. After
Actually,
7. After 7.
I found out like I have what is cousin of English?
Cousin.
Oh yeah. Fuck. I have cousins who are small. They're
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
And when they were like 8, I showed them Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Great.
of course. But what I noticed is when you show them the first time, they don't give a damn. They don't
Of
even
course not.
understand what's happening. They just like it for the visuals, for the fights. So I think it was the same with me. I only begun to understand Star Wars when I was like 13 or 14.
Yeah, because
Before that, I just watched it for the fun.
I didn't get that. Like after Vader says, "I'm your father, Luke." When I first watched it, I was so young. I didn't get that it means that Leia is his sister. It like took some time. I'm not proud of it.
Yeah, but that's probably my second favorite scene. The "I'm your father."
Yes, it just turned so much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still my favorite movie, the fifth. It's kind of basic thing to say because it's
No, I don't
objectively
think
the
so.
best movie, but it's the best.
Yeah, I think I like 4 and 6 more, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I
Really?
think the fifth is the best one. It's the Darth Vader point of the movie.
Right. Yeah. Wait, where does Yoda show up? 5?
5.
5? Okay, man.
That's
I
excellent.
I love this whole story, man.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. It's when Yoda first shows up. But
I can take it to Yoda.
5 is just packed with back-to-back quality.
Yes.
Hoth battle, escape through the
Yes, it was
asteroid
strong.
field,
That was strong too.
Dagobah, City in the Clouds, Han getting
Right.
frozen in carbonite,
Yeah.
Luke and Vader battle, I'm your father,
And
and
then
done.
This last shot where they're on this medical ship. Bam. And then 6 starts. And Luke's serious now. He just chokes this one guy and mind tricks the other. It was great.
And this was like 9 didn't do that magic for me,
Nah.
and that's
it didn't.
sad.
Yeah. But we wanted to end on a high note.
We
So
wanted to
now
end on a
we're
high
going to end it.
note.
Thank you for your patience. We hope to do some more talks, maybe about other movies someday, sometime. It was definitely fun. Thank you for joining me, and you can always check out his musical content.
Thank you.
It's linked in the description down below. So have a nice day.